Welcome to Northern Vibes, your go-to podcast for everything Northern Denver.
From everything Denver to Fort Collins, we're your local real estate experts shining a light on the incredible quality of life in the area.
We're going to cover local businesses, attractions, events, and interviews with experts, all while educating and empowering you to understand why the Northern Denver area is the best place to be.
Amen, sister.
You bet.
Hi, this is Ann Wymore with Northern Vibes, your all things Northern Colorado. With me today is
Wilson Miller with Source Mortgage Group.
and the beautiful
Natalie Brockeveldt with Nutri Fitt and also Project Summit.
super, super cool. So we are here visiting with Natalie and we're talking about, an entrepreneur of two different businesses. So tell me, what's the closest business to what's your favorite, if there is one?
Okay, I love both, but I've been a business owner for about 12 and a half years now, and I would say Nutri Fitt it's my passion. It goes beyond just fitness and nutrition, but it's truly helping people.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Sure. So Nutri Fitt is a boutique style wellness summer studio, and we've been in business for a little over 12 years. And what we basically want to differentiate ourselves. We want to be different than all the gyms that are out there, and we do that by merging the science between nutrition and fitness. It's a special place. There are people that literally drive from Aurora, Lafayette, the Denver area, like South Denver, Golden area, and it's just a place that you can go and feel comfortable. We help you prioritize fitness. And again, that thing that differentiates us is that we're merging that nutrition with it. So a lot of people think I can out exercise my diet, I can move my body, but it goes beyond that. And it's a special place. So
Well, I need to hear a little bit more. So how do you fit in the nutrition with the working out? So you're a nutrition, tell me a little bit more about how you get those two worlds to collide.
You got it. So my degree is in Human Nutrition and Dietetics, and then I have National Academy of Sports Medicine certifications, several other ones, but that's really the gold standard, and that's my favorite. And then we would sit down with somebody and we really dig deep. We look at your health goals. We look at all of the different things that you've done in the past or have not done. And then we take into consideration your health status. We take that, we have a big form that we fill out. We're really digging deep. And then we take a different approach. So we're not just saying, here's a workout plan. Here's your cardiovascular plan, your resistance training, your flexibility, your mobility plan. We are literally taking all of that into consideration when we put together your nutrition. So let's say someone comes in and they want to lose 10 pounds. We will just basically look at it and say, what are your food preferences? What are your food allergies? And then use calculations. You mentioned you're a little analytical. So am I, especially when it comes with numbers with the food aspect.
Oh, no, I'm actually not analytical.
Not analytical.
No,
Wilson's the analytical.
Yeah,
okay.
No, I am I just don't eat because I don't really like eating. So anyway, but
I'm going to help you on that.
Yeah.
We're going to have to fix Ann by the end of this. We're going to fix Ann.
You're
I'm going
honestly,
to.
there's a lot
Yes.
of fixing that needs to be done. So shut up, Wilson.
And then we'll fix my mental health after my
Yeah.
So yeah, it's digging deep and it's finding a solution, and we're not looking for perfection. We are literally looking to merge that science and find a plan that helps people understand, because knowledge is power when it comes to movement and when it comes to what you're fueling your body with. Get it fueling your body, eating regular.
I will tell you that I completely and totally understand. I'm completely on the same vibe with you. And I know that it's not great to not eat.
Yeah.
I know, in your mind, you know that, but then there is I would also of course, we're not diving into Ann business right now, but I will say that I would love to find a place where I can go and they talk to me about my nutrition while I'm working out. And I do want you guys all to hear this. Is Natalie, I was like, well, they were giving me a hard time before we turned the camera on. And I was like, well, I have a dog and I bring her to work and I can't leave her here to go work out during the day. And so just knowing that I could actually maybe work something out with you where I could bring my dog to the gym while we're working out together. Cause honestly, you know me, Wilson, I dance at 3:00 in the office.
Through here.
Yeah, it's a dance party. It's a reset. And that's what having Natalie's gym so close is phenomenal, because I can say I am a member of her gym and the networking group.
Yeah.
So, that reset is awesome in the middle of the day. And even if we're just having a little dance party, which Ann and I have had a little dance party in the office, I don't know, it's much needed in our high intense jobs that we have.
Oh, yeah.
I'm always ready to leave. I'm always ready to leave work at 3:00.
Yeah. That's
Like
your
3:00, at 4:00, I am done. I have hit so I get here at like 7:38 in the morning. And then I honestly, by going home like at 5:30 or 6, and I don't work out, I don't do anything. And so at 3:00, we dance.
Well, at least you're moving. I like it. Dance is exercise.
Yeah, no.
And it invigorates you. It helps you to. Movement is powerful. And that's another thing that we really bring into the equation at Nutri Fitt is that it doesn't matter the movement. You have to find what works good. Wilson, I know you and I share the love of lifting weights. I love trail running. But if someone's like, hey, Natalie, you got to go swim. I'm like, I don't want to do
and
that.
I'm
I don't
like,
want to
hook
get
me
my
up with
hair
swimming.
wet. I don't want a bathing suit. I'm not doing laps out of breath underwater.
I
I'm
would
not doing
love that. Swimming.
But if you find what you love, and then you're just gonna have a better chance to adhere to it. And that's part of the magic. That's what we try to do.
So
Yeah.
I think it's super, super cool that like you are tailoring it.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what I was trying to get to with the whole dog thing is going to some place like a private gym or to someone, it makes a difference how people show up in our lives.
Yep.
And what you're doing is you're showing up in someone's life at a specific time, like helping them to balance their nutrition, that sort of thing. And it is really important when you have a high stress job, like so many of us do, that when you go to a gym, you're greeted with someone who knows you, who knows your goals, who knows and understands everything, and who's like, heck yeah, you can bring your dog. Like if that's what's going to get you in here working.
Yep.
And then just like that sunshine personality that you really exude, I think that's like one of the reasons why people are probably attracted to your gym.
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned the barriers, right? The excuses we were joking around before, but it is about eliminating them and understanding that we're all in a different place. I meet people at every different part of a journey you can imagine. And I meet them exactly where they are. And that is a key component. It's not a one size fits all. It's not. And I think that's also what makes us special.
Well, and I mean, honestly, any business person out there who's listening to this, I'm sure you carry that into your referral network group, into everything, is as a business owner and anything like that, where we can really just focus on the individual and meet them wherever they're at.
Yeah.
Is what really will grow all business.
Oh yeah.
That's how you move up.
It is.
And is by that attention.
It is that personal attention.
What I keep hearing too, Ann, and I've been in the fitness space for a long time and with our jobs as well, it's eliminating the intimidation, right? The intimidation of something new as well. If you can come in, you keep bringing up the dog thing, for example, or let's call it location, or if you can eliminate that intimidation for a lot of people, and that's even with our jobs, Ann, when we can make them comfortable with their ability, comfortable, do what you can. We're here to help. And that open door policy of anyone in all safe sizes, everything is, limiting that intimidation is huge when you're trying to build a new routine. I think that's what stops most people from working out is, I don't know what I'm doing in there. I'm intimidated to walk through the door. Look at all these other people, Natalie and her gym really eliminate that.
Yeah.
That.
Well, and I think though it also goes back to like your personality behind like where you're walking into. So yeah, it totally eliminates that, but just going into a loving atmosphere, like when you do face like a little bit of depression or when you've had a stressful day and you've had that, is meeting someone who is your cheerleader, but is also your coach, not giving you excuses.
Yeah, it is. It's meeting people where they are, and everybody needs a little something different. I have some people, they want me to, give them a little space and not be their rep counter. And I have other people, they want to be completely distracted from the fact that they're actually working out, because not everybody is going to love it like Wilson and I. And it is that it's helping with that intimidation factor. I mean, a lot of people go to the gym, right? People out there, podcast world, you're hearing this and you're like, oh my God, that's me. You have a gym membership, but you don't utilize it because you walk in, you're lost, you don't know what you're doing. So you just hop on cardio equipment. Cardio doesn't get you results. resistance training with a cardio plan gets you results, and really merging that with the nutrition. And that's what I mean by not being able to out exercise your diet. You have to be able to have both, and you have to fuel your body with the right amino acid profiles and carbohydrates and yes, fats. And it's okay. We're not looking for perfection. It's okay to be able to eat out or have a drink every now and then, or whatever it is you want to do that creates balance in your life. But it's about finding someone who can be your accountability partner, your educator, your coach, your cheerleader, whatever it is that they need. That's what we do.
And even if you do work out all the time, like myself, there's routine. My routine gets dry. And with personal training and with your facility, you can have fresh ideas. You can mix it up.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and that's so huge, even if you do work out regularly. But like the new person, you nailed it on the head. They walk in there, they look around the gym. I don't know how to use that machine properly. I don't know how to do that lift. That's intimidating. That's intimidating. I'm going to end up on the stair stepper. And then they end up just walking away and never coming back.
Yeah.
So it's always good to keep that fresh and a little more fun and less intimidating, and all of that stuff combined.
So I have a quick question. So I actually I know a lot about gym. I know a lot about all that sort of thing. Do you feel like you have a lot of people who don't know anything, or do you have a lot of people that come into your gym that need the accountability, that need someone going, I thought you were going to come in today?
So a little bit of both.
Okay.
But just as you said, Wilson, people come in and it's like, you're an avid, fitness guy. And then you meet with somebody who has studied they know the nutrition side. I just did a presentation the other day, and what I said in there is that I feel like I could help anybody, whether you're novice and you've never worked out before, or you're Michael Jordan. I'm going to be able to teach somebody something, even you, Wilson, even you. And
I need it.
I mean, I think we all need someone to, we need a different perspective. And that's what, I've got 5 other trainers that work with me. We're a great team of 6. And we are really trying to, even within our team, differentiate ourselves. So me as a nutritionist, we've got health coaching, we've got functional training pattern coaches, we have somebody who has a degree in exercise science, and that team is developing and growing too. So then, even though we all have a very similar background, we all have a different perspective and approach to wellness. And I think that's important. I can learn something from everyone on my team.
Yeah.
I can learn something from Wilson going to the gym. And I think that's also what we bring to the table, is that it's important to have variety. It's important to have progressive overload techniques, so you're keeping your body safe. And it's important to have somebody that's there that is watching your form, whether it's, maybe a new little trick. Like I taught someone today what negatives were. He's been working out for years and he had no idea what the eccentric contraction was and slowing down the tempo. And he's like, crap, this is a game changer. I'm awaiting his message for tomorrow after he does leg
He's going to be
negatives.
in so much pain.
I know.
Because I know actually, I know it's crazy,
great.
but I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like when you're going slower on your force coming back up. So when you're holding it down.
Yep. As the muscle lengthens, you change that tempo. And so, we have a ton of tricks, especially when it comes to nutrition and really getting the body to respond in the way that we need it, because there is no quick fix. There's no fast way. There's just science that does change, and it's the application of it.
Okay, so I have some great questions then on some of your tips and tricks.
Okay.
We're definitely going to make sure that everyone knows where you're located, how to find you and your gym. But I don't know, Wilson's not here right now, but I want you all to know the sun is out. It is shining. Everyone's ready to start getting back on the paths, start doing walking and different things like that. Can you give me so when I'm out walking, or is there a great trail that you're like, oh, this is great for inclines? And do you have some great trails that hey, go check this one out because it will work these types of muscles? Or when you're out for a walk, do this. So what are some of the tips you would give us?
So I'm going to start with the fact that if we add incline, we can burn about 30% more calories. So if you're just walking on a flat path, let's not take out the fact that it's great exercise. Walking is a great place to start. It's great exercise. You burn a different type of fuel than if you were running or if you were hiking at elevation where it's undulating. So the terrain has everything to do with the muscle groups that are being recruited and the type of energy that you're using to perform that type of movement. And so I'm a big trail runner. I'm an avid runner anyway, but trails are my favorite. I think there are a ton that are just on the Front Range that are easy to access. I think Matthew Winters is great. It starts out nice and easy. It's really close to Red Rocks. There's some pretty intense incline there. I don't think it's quite, it might be like a 15 or 20% incline. And there's all sorts of beautiful trails from there. If you go a little bit north from there, you're going to get more of like the Apex Trail, which is considered golden. And then there's North Table Mountain, South Table Mountain. There's Lookout Mountain, which is really nice. It is more of a road, but there's a whole trail system that runs along there. And what's great is that they're out and back too. I mean, if you want to do a loop, great. But if you're just starting and you're like, don't know a lot about trails, hike out for 10 minutes, hike back for 10 minutes, and then progressively increase it about 10% every week. And then that way you're adding that adaptation and your body will naturally adjust to it. Because if you go too hard, too fast, you're going to get things like Achilles tendonitis or Achilles pain, hip pain, knee pain, and then your adherence is going to go down because you started too hard, too fast. I could talk trails forever. I'll try to keep it short. If you go into Boulder, there's also a lot of trail systems that are there. I love Chautauqua Park. And then beyond that, there's a place called Walker Ranch. Some of them are more intense than others. But again, there's literally a beginning level for everyone. I've brought a lot of my clients out hiking. I've taken them up to 14ers before. I'm kind of like, I'm like,
shop.
I'm the fitness athlete. I'm like trying to get everybody to move their bodies at all times.
So do you have any paths around, because I'm located in Westminster City, and I'm like, hey, I just had a stressful day, something's not working out, something's going on. Are there like paths around here that I can hey, I just need to go for a good 45-minute walk to like release that. So what are some of the paths that like are close to like our offices and in town without driving?
If you leave to Tejon, walk down, you can literally get to Big Dry Creek, which runs kind of north and south, and you can go pretty far north. You can go all the way south towards Stanley Lake. You could also, if you want to drive, you can get to Westminster Rec Center. Behind the rec center, they've got some soccer fields, and then you can access that trail there, but they also have about 100 stairs. And if you're looking for a little bit more intensity, I see people, and I've done it myself, you can run hills, you can run the stairs, half-mile around the trail system that's there is really nice too if you like concrete. I like a little bit easier on joint-type paths. Now they've paved it. It used to not be paved years and years ago, but there's a little side that still is a soft surface, which is nice. So super close, and you can literally leave from here. I'll take you.
Yes, she's going to take me.
And you can
what I'm hearing here is Ann and I coach people in our industries, any kind of success. I allocate, exercise to me, the consistency with exercise leads into my whole life, business, everything. Yeah. And that's where I'm teaching loan officers, Ann's teaching realtors about not biting off too much. Stop making your to-do list 90 bullet points. I got to knock it all out today. No, you only have to do 3 of those today. If you do 3 every single day, all compounding effect of consistency. But that's the same with working out. You don't need to go in there for an hour and a half. You don't need to go in there and sprint. You don't need to go start deadlifting. Just go in there, right?
Yeah.
Just go in there, just
brick by brick. Step by step. And it truly is that.
Walk the trail. You don't need to run the trail. Start walking the trail. Things will gradually grow from that. That's the same with your business. It's the same with our sales, everything. You know what I mean? Consistency, but don't bite off more than you can chew, because then you won't keep up with it.
Well, I'm super excited that I didn't know there was 100 stairs at the Westminster, because I seriously could just go. I could go take my lunch and just like walk up and down the stairs a couple times.
And you burn an immense amount of calories. I mean, it's that knee flexion, hip flexion. You're getting more muscle contraction from that than you would if you were walking. And again, Wilson, to your point, it is important that you do start, with something I mean, you're going to feel good once those endorphins are going. And then all of a sudden you're going to run those stairs about 50 minutes and be like, what did I just do? So it is about
you intimidate yourself.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's too aggressive. I'm never doing it again.
When you go to sit on the toilet after you've done those stairs the next day, or 2 days later, because that's when it hits. Yeah. Don't call me. I'm sorry. I should have stopped. But I will tell you, that's like me in a nutshell. I'll like go, oh my God, I'm going to do this. And then in 2 days, I can't move.
And then you have me texting you, hey, we have our training session. Don't forget, I'll see you tomorrow.
That is amazing. That is amazing.
So it may seem like, Wilson, that we're getting along really well. We just met, but that's because we're two Nebraska girls.
Yes,
So tell us a little bit about your journey
sure.
to get to be an entrepreneur and
Yeah.
your backstory.
So I'm from Lincoln, Nebraska, and I grew up with a dad who was an entrepreneur, and he was in the construction world. And I went to UNL for about a semester. My mom passed away unexpectedly around finals time. And so
hard.
that completely rerouted. I thought I was going to graduate from UNL, and I thought that I was going to be more in the journalism and broadcasting world. And then my life rerouted me. My mom was originally from Westminster. And
Okay.
so I had some family that lived out here, and I decided I needed a little bit of a change of scenery. I moved out here, and I actually got a gym membership at 24-Hour Fitness. And one of the trainers there gave me a free session. And I was like, this is such a fun job. And at the time, I was trying to earn my residency. I didn't want to pay out-of-state tuition. And I was no longer a traditional student. And I thought, I can't even work this. I was a receptionist at a construction company. And I thought, this job sucks. And yeah, I'm like, I can't sit still this long. Like, it's driving me nuts. And so the guy that gave me the free session was like, let me send you the certification stuff. I'll put it together. And so this month actually is 19 years that I've been a trainer. But he brought me his book and told me all the stuff to do. And this is like before text messaging. We didn't have that.
Yeah.
But he gave that to me, and he's like, I think you'd be really good at it. And I thought, oh my God, this is perfect. This is going to allow me to go back to school, earn my degree. I'm making more money. I have more flexibility in my schedule. And that really allowed me to go back and earn my degree. So my degree is in nutrition and dietetics. And I originally, once I had that, I was like, I'm going to be a registered dietitian. And again, sitting at a desk probably isn't for me. And I didn't really want to work in the basement of a hospital.
Yeah.
I had a very competitive GPA. I had extremely good volunteer time, like all the things that I needed to check off the list, I did. And then you submit all of that in a portal to get accepted into an unpaid internship. By the way, at the time I was a single mom.
Oh, God.
And I thought, how am I going to pay $10,000 for this internship? And I didn't get in. And I was absolutely devastated. As that happened, the gym I was working at did pay cuts. I also couldn't afford for that. So it was kind of a giant rainstorm to really bring me to starting Nutri Fitt. So I actually I would have got in, but my professor didn't upload what she needed to upload in time. And her mistake really allowed me to start Nutri Fitt. And I left a gym that's no longer in business, and I had about 50 people follow me. I started it in the basement of my house. It was just Noah, my son Noah, and I, and he was just so little. And then Nutri Fitt was born, and it's progressed and grown, and we're up for an award right now. We just realized we're top 3 for best personal trainer in the Mile High City.
Oh, congratulations.
And in fact, I had a
And
client
you
the
have
other
to
day.
vote now. You got to get Ann the voting link.
Don't worry, I'll vote.
Oh, no, it's okay. So this is how it works. Everybody voted. Now we got in. Out of all the gyms in the Denver metro area, we're top 3. In about 2 weeks, we have the ceremony. They already know who the winner is, and they'll call it at the ceremony and either walk up or not. But we won the last 2 years, you guys.
Oh, well,
So unlike the Chiefs, I'm sorry.
Oh, as I sit in Kansas City as we speak.
I know. So it's been a wonderful journey. Like I said, I've been doing this for 19 years. You would ask me when we first started, what's your favorite business? Honestly, it just goes to helping people. It's helping entrepreneurs. I end up attracting a lot of entrepreneurs because it's just everybody needs to work out. Everybody deserves to work out. But I think that entrepreneurs do need to prioritize it so they can be a better version of themselves, mitigate stress, feel better. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. You guys know, especially in your industry, the amount of stress that you guys have. It is important to move our bodies so you can get rid of that anxiety here and move to really be, like I said, best version of yourself.
Well, and isn't it amazing like how sometimes like adversity and different things like that really creates in you a spirit of here you are, you wanted all these things, you thought your life was going to go a certain way.
Yeah.
And then something happens, like a professor not adding something, or a gym cuts, or different things like that. And what it pushed you outside of that comfort zone to really go out and to create something for yourselves. And that is truly like what the American spirit is all about. Is going like, oh my gosh, like when I graduated from college, I was saying I really wanted to go into mediation, and it just wasn't there for me. And it was, as you had your dad who's an entrepreneur, or you have this spirit in you that when life doesn't hit what you think it's supposed to do, what you can create out of those challenges and that adversity,
Gotcha.
the adversity that really can then form like this thing that's so much bigger than you ever imagined. And there's so many people who, when things happen or when they're struggling, they need to hear stories like yours. They need to hear stories of like, I really thought this was what I was going to do. And I had a big roadblock and I overcame it. So,
and it reroutes you into a space that you would never want to be in the other space. I can't imagine being on the news and having to, deal with the politics and deal with wherever you're working. And God, it's so depressing too. I wouldn't want to do that. I live in a space now where I literally get to boost people up and help them. I have people come in all the time. They're grumpy and they leave their smile and they're like, see you next time. But I've got them in a better space. And it is that. And I think every one of us listening to this podcast right now, we do have something that we've overcame. And for me, it's that I've lost my mom, my dad, and my little brother, and it's just me, and I have one brother left. And he's also an entrepreneur. He has a business out in Texas, and it's truly about building the life for you, because no one's here to save you. You got to do it.
And we coach so many people, especially entrepreneurs, self-employed, 100% commission, like a lot of us. And people get so down when they fail. Change only happens with agitation. You will not change if you're complacent or in a complacent space in life. And I have a very similar story getting into this industry. I had no idea what was going on. I was a personal trainer at the time. And I was like, I got a phone call one day, hey, you should get your mortgage license. And I'm like, what's a mortgage? Okay. And, then my back was against the wall is my point. And at the time it was really scary, and it's how you handle that, how you handle it. It's a win. Failure is a win. If you're not growing, you're not changing. So don't let failure get you down. It's a win to be able to fail. You should celebrate it almost, now that I can look back and say that.
I'm not quite sure I'm ready to like start celebrating every failure that I have. But you are absolute. I think that if you're not trying new things and you're not failing, then you're not moving up.
I'm listening to this book right now, and
what is the name?
It's the Zig Ziglar Born to Sell, I believe.
Okay.
Born to Sell? Yes. And this morning, as I'm getting ready for work, I have clients at 6 a.m. So this is literally like 4:45 in the morning. I have my phone propped up. I'm listening. I'm like the master at time management. So every minute I can fit something in, or I'm trying my best to do that. And so in the mornings, a lot of times I listen to books, or on my drive, because I live in the Golden area, work up here, which is why I brought those golden trails in.
It's good.
But it is about, his point was failure it's a moment in time. It's a event. It's one thing. It doesn't mean if, and especially in the mortgage world, or trainers that are just starting out, or anyone starting out with program design, it's like, it's an event. It doesn't mean you are a failure. It just means that, hey, you failed at a few things, but guess what? You had the courage to try. And that is the most beautiful part about every entrepreneur. You had the courage to do something, and look at the freaking stats. You look at when people start a business, what are the chances that you're going to succeed after the first 6 months, year, 5-year mark, 10-year mark? They continue to decrease. And I know that's true in the mortgage industry, especially right now with the economy and the rates. And I think any position that there's, it's the 100% commission and it's that sales side, you have to learn to get yourself out there brick by brick, day by day. And it's the consistency. You said it, Wilson. It is the consistency. And that's the beauty of of fitness.
It's the
You have to be
beauty of
consistent to
life,
be
actually.
successful. Oh yeah,
It's
exactly.
the beauty of life, like even in your other business with the
Entrepreneurs.
entrepreneurs
Yeah.
and doing, it's a referral group, correct?
Yeah.
And that sort
Yep.
of stuff. It's the consistent showing up at a group meeting when you don't want to.
Yep.
It's the consistency of like being there when you'd rather be at home or
Yeah.
anything like
Yep.
that. It's showing up and giving your best all the time when you don't feel like it.
Yeah, it is. It's truly the magic. It's the consistency. And I tell my clients this all the time. It's not about perfection. You're not showing up to show me that your food log was perfect and that, we have a calendar method at the studio. And when my clients are given homework, it's like, I'm not asking you to be perfect with all of it, but you have to show up. Even if you only did a portion of it, it builds. It does build on itself. And once you start to feel better, you don't want to go back to how it was before. And so, yeah, I think in life, that's a key component to success.
Yeah. So honestly, guys, this has been I'm super excited. We're definitely going to have all of your information on our Facebook page, Northern Vibes Facebook page. We're also I want people to be reaching out to you. I want them to know about your gym. So we're going to make sure we post that. And then honestly, we're going to post a video of us doing some stairs.
Awesome.
So
Yes.
I'm there.
I
there.
dare you. I dare you. Let's go.
Let's go. We're going to FaceTime you. We're
Well,
FaceTime you when we go
absolutely.
upstairs.
Well,
I'll fly
absolutely.
into town for that.
I have to just
Yes, you will.
tell you guys something that's super funny. So, well, not funny, but ironic. So I was a stay-at-home mom for a bazillion years. My last child I had when I was 31. And after I had her, I was like a gym nut. So I actually looked into getting my personal training degree and all of that
certification,
sort of stuff. So here we are,
Nice.
3 gym rats that totally understand it and love it. I will tell you, these 2 stuck with it. That has not been the same for me lately, but that doesn't mean I can't change.
Yeah. And it is, again, not perfection. It's
Yes.
the journey, and it's about coming back to it and finding what it is that you like, because then we have more adherence.
Absolutely.
That's key.
Absolutely. And working it into your schedule. When you're stressed, when you're stressed, or depressed, down, when you're happy,
Yeah.
that's when you should go.
Yep.
Hey, if you can't afford therapy, get a gym membership's cheaper. You know what I mean?
That's true.
At the bare minimum, I swear to God, it's therapy for me. And
It
it's
is,
more-
and
it's more
that's-
therapy than anything. I think my physical prowess is a side effect of my therapy.
And that
Absolutely.
is a really good point. I'm sure you can imagine, with all the loss I've endured in my life, that I've been to a few therapy sessions, and all of them have said, Natalie, you know what? I just want to point out, I'm so happy that you're moving your body, because that alone gets you in the right, it's the neurological pathways that you're trying to connect, and you're getting out of those, ruminating thoughts. And if you move your body, it does help with dopamine. It does help with serotonin. And you guys, those are natural pain relievers too. So those of you who are like, oh, I don't know, my body hurts, I don't think that I can do this, get moving, because it lubricates your joints. You feel better. You have this internal pharmacy in your brain right now. You just have to move your body to tap into it. And that is the
Dance
truth.
party's at 3:00, Ann.
We're all over it, just so you know, Wilson. We're at a party up in here.
I like it.
So
love
I
it.
just wanted to say thank you all for tuning in to Northern Vibes. This is Ann Wymore with Navigate Realty,
Wilson Miller with Source Mortgage Group.
and our wonderful guest.
Natalie Brockeveldt with Nutri Fitt, and also Project Summit Networking.
Awesome. So tune in, check us out on Facebook, and we are going to leave all of Natalie's wonderful information on there. Thank you all.
Thanks, you guys.
Thanks for listening. This is Ann Wymore with Navigate Realty. And if you missed important information from this episode, check us out on Facebook at Northern Vibes Colorado.
And this is Wilson Miller with Source Mortgage Group. Also follow us on YouTube at Northern Vibes CO.